Usuhlonyiwe ke imibuzo lapha eboardroom wase ethatha ke uSergeant Mukhanya wakuthatha wakubuyisela kuphi noma wakusa kuphi
isikhathi noma wangibuyiseliseleni maqedwe lapha eboardroom.
When we were done at the boardroom he took me back to the cells.
Thank you. That is now on a Monday.
Ngomsombuluko.
Yebo kuMonday.
That's correct, yes. It was a Monday.
Did then that conclude what happened on a Monday?
Ingaba lokho ke kwaba ilokho nje okwenzeka ngomsombuluko.
No, baphinde babuya Tuesday.
No, he came back on the Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Monday.
Khuluma ngomsombuluko kwaphelela lapho.
Ya kwaMonday kwaphela lapho.
That was it for the Monday, yes.
Now, as you're saying, there was a Tuesday. What happened on a Tuesday?
Kwenzekani ngolwesibili?
Okay, Tuesday I think bafika lapha bo 1 to 2 so.
I think they arrived around 1 before 2.
Then ekufikeni kwabo then into nje kwaba
One to when was it early in the
Emini,
hours of the morning or
Nthathakusa.
late?
emini
In the afternoon.
Okay.
Yebo.
Then mabefika into bangibutshene bangichazela wathi no la Zungu njobe sikubizile besifuna ukuthi usichazele ngokwaziyo so sibese sibhala nasi statement.
They then said to me, Zungu, the reason why we brought you here is because we wanted you to tell us about what you know. And then we then wrote, here is the statement.
Before we come to that, Mr. Zungu, you were taken back to yourselves. Did
Yes.
somebody come fetch you back?
Yes, umkhana ofika wazongithatha back.
Yes, Mukhane came and fetched me.
And where did he take you to?
Wakusa kuphi?
Wangibuyisela eboardroom Tuesday.
Took me back to the boardroom on Tuesday.
Thank you. Then upon arrival at the boardroom, who did you find?
Mufika khona lapho, sorry. Correct.
Eboardroom kwakuseyibo laba u6 engakade nginabo.
Still the very same 6 people in whose company I was in.
Thank you. Then what transpired?
Into abayenza wafika uBrigadier Geninda wathi izolo njobe sibesilokhu zabe sikhuluma la sik interviewer sibese sibhala statement.
Brigadier Geninda came and then said to me that yesterday, as we were talking or interviewing you here, we wrote a statement.
So wabuza ukuthi mhlambe kukhona engifisa mhlambe ukueda noma khona mhlambe okunye ngifuna ukuexplain ngaphandle kwalokho okubhaliwe na.
And then asked me if there was anything else that I would like to add, anything else that I would like to explain except for that which was documented or written down.
Yes.
Then emva kwalapho wathi hayi uma ukuthi ilokho esikhuluma izolo because lento sibhalela ilento obuyikhuluma izolo ungasayina ngathi mina no problem ungasayina.
He then said to me, if that is it then, because what's written here is what we were talking about yesterday, then if that's it, then you can sign. I then said, okay, I have no problem.
Okay, thank you. Now, Brigadier Geninda says, is there anything that you want to add in the statement that he showed you? Did you add anything?
Ukhona owak-add?
No, I can't add.
No, there's nothing that I added.
Thank you. And then he says to you, well, if there's nothing that you wanted to add, that is, the papers that he had showed you contain the information as discussed the previous day.
Yes.
Yebo.
Thank you. And then you sign.
Yes.
Ngasayinda yebo.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Zungu, let me understand the following by putting the following scenario in terms of how statements that get taken from witness. I don't know in what capacity were they taking a statement to you because you were arrested. They don't explain whether what were you arrested for according to you. They don't even explain to you that they would be taking down a statement from you as a witness. So I don't understand. I don't know what is it that was in their mind, but this is how statements from witnesses get taken. And I will also explain to you how statements from suspects get taken.
Angisazi ke isimo ngoba ke nanjengoba usho ke ukuthi azange bachazeleke noma basho kuwena ke ukuthi uboshiwe noma bakuthwesa amacala manje ke angazi noma ukuthi uma bethatha istatement basithatha istatement ngaphansi kwasiphi ke isibo kodwa ngizokuchazela ke ukuthi ke kuvamise ukuthi uma ngabe kuthatha istatement sithathwa kanjani uma kuukuthi ke ufakazi.
Now, when you're a witness, this is how statements get taken. The police officer or officers who want to take statements from you will approach you, introduce them, and have an interview with you.
Nansi yilena ke indlela istatement esithathwa ngayo ke kufakazi iphoyisa noma amaphoyisa azoza kuwena babe sebeyazisho ke noma ukuthi bawobani.
And having introduced them to you, they will also tell you the reason why they come to you.
Sebeshilo ke ukuthi bawobani bazosisho ke nesizathu sokuthi kungani beze kuwena.
Thank you. Now, if they are approaching you as a witness, they will then introduce the subject that forms the basis of you being a witness and ask you if you know anything about it.
Makuguthi ke ufakazi bazofika kuwena ke bakutshele ke ukuthi ke yini ke le abaze ngayo kuwena ke noma kuyini le abazothi bathatha istatement ngayo.
Now, if you say to them, yeah, well, I think I bear some knowledge on the subject that you're talking about, then they will say to you, are you then willing to assist us in giving us your statements?
Uma ngabe wena ke usuthi kubona ke yebo kukhona ke engikwaziyo mayela nalo udaba lolu ke enize ngalo mina ke bebe sebethi ke bona ke ngabe uyimisele yini ukuthi usize.
And then they will say to you, and then you'll give them an answer. If you say, yeah, no, well, I don't have a problem in giving you a statement, then they will say to you, or he will or she will say to you, okay, now, because we're about to take a statement from you as a witness, you can either write the statement yourself, if you're able to do so. Alternatively, you can narrate the story, and me as a police officer or one of the police officers would be there, would then be taking down word by word what you are saying.
Usubaphenduleke washo wena ukuthi cha ngimiseleke ukuthi ke ngimtsheleke noma lokho engikwaziyo noma nginisizeke bazothi ke uma kuukuthi ke ungakwenza wena lokho bathi ke bazokunikeza ube wena ke oyibhalelayo istatement leso noma bazothi ke cha uzokhuluma wena bese kuba nephoyisa elizobhala phansi konke lokhu okushoyo.
Do you follow up to this end?
Yes, I'm following.
Yebo ngiyalandela.
Thank you. Now, you'll make your choice. Let's say, for instance, you decide to say, no, I will narrate my story, and I will request one of you to take my story down. That will happen.
Kuzobe kuba sekuba wena ke oyikhethelayo uma kuukuthi ke ukhetha ukuthi cha mina ngizokhuluma bese kuthi omunye wenu abhale phansi kuzokwenzeka lokho ke.
Now, they will also ask you whether what kind of language will you be narrating your statement in. If you're a Zulu-speaking person, they'll make sure that there's a Zulu-speaking person amongst them who perfectly understand your language, so that when you narrate your story, some information does not get into the thin air and disappear.
Okunye futhi okuzokwenzeka ukuthi bazokubuza ukuthi ke oluphi ulimi ozokhetha ke ukuthi ke istatement leso usenze ngalo. Uma usho ukuthi wena ukukhuluma isiZulu uzoba nesiqiniseko sokuthi ukhona ke phakathi kwabo okhuluma isiZulu ke futhi ke osikhuluma kahle ke osaziyo kwenzela ukuthi ke kuloko okushoyo kungabikho ke okungatholakali ke noma okungabhalwa phansi kuloko ozobukusho.
Now you'll start to narrate your information orally. You will tell them a story, they'll be writing it down.
Busu yaqala kuyakhuluma wena babhala phansi bona.
Up until the end of what you'll be telling them.
Bese kuyofika ke egcineni kwaloko obatshela kona.
Now, because, and this is no politics, because in South Africa the system was designed in such a nature that and unfortunately that is still the case even beyond democracy, in this democracy, that statements can only be taken in Africa or be taken in Afrikaans and English. So that which you'll be saying in your own vernacular language would then either be written down in Afrikaans if the officer who understands your language is fluent in Afrikaans in writing it and understanding it. Alternatively, that will be done in English.
Ngoba ke ngokwendlela ke izinto ezenzeka ngakhona ke kusenzeka ke namanje ke sekubusa ke uhulumeni lo obusayo ke ukuthi istatement esibhalwa phansi noma sithathwa ke noma ingaso isingisi noma ke iAfrikaans uma kuukuthi ke loyo muntu loyo okhulumisana naye wazi iAfrikaans.
Now, after that process of taking down your narration and taking down of the statement has been completed, then the person who would have taken down your statement, if it's taken down in English, will read it in English and explain to you what is it that you have been saying in Zulu. In other words, interpreting it back to your Zulu to your vernacular language.
Bese kuthi ke eseqedile ke ukubhala loyo ekuyena bebhala istatement sakho uzothi ke lokho okubhalwe phansi kubhalwe ngaso isingisi abe eseyakufundela ke ekufunda kose kubhalwe ngaso isingisi leso abe eseyakuhumushela ke noma ekuchazela ukuthi kusho ukuthini lokho okubhalwe ngesingisi ngaso isiZulu leso sikhulumayo wena.
That will happen up until the end of the statement.
Kuzokwenzeka ke lokho kuze kuyofika ke egcineni kwaso istatement.
Now they'll ask you if you're happy with he has written down and the content of what is contained in that document that he would have written down.
Base bekubuza ke ukuthi ke ingaba weneme yini iloko okubhaliwe phansi lokho okukusona istatement.
I realize that you're getting a little bit amazed. That is what the law says in South Africa, how statements are taken.
Ingathi kuyakumangaza ke kodwa yiloko kushiwo umthetho ukuthi istatement esithathwa ngaleyo ndlela.
Thank you. Now when you say to him, no, I'm happy, then they will say, okay, as a confirmation of your satisfaction or happiness with the manner in which I took down your statement, I'm going to request you to pen your signature in the presence of a commissioner of oath.
Bese kuthi ke usuphenduleke wena wathi hayi cha kusekeleke indlela ke esibhalwe ngayo naloko okushiwo ke lana bese bethi ke nanjengoba ushoko ukuthi wenemeke noma wenelisekileke istatement lesi siyacela ke usayindeke la usayinda ke ekhona ke lo okuyena ke uzokufungisa noma ke ucommissioner.
Now the commissioner of oath is that person who will again read the statement through with you and confirm with you if what is contained in that statement you bear personal knowledge thereof, if it is true and correct, your conscience is bound by what is contained in there. In other words, just to confirm if it is you who made that statement.
Loyo ke yilo ozophinda afundeke istatement kanye nawe ukuthi nje yena ke ezoqinisekisa ukuthi lokhu okubhalwe lapho uyahambisana yini nako uyavumelana yini nako lokho okula wena lo obesho lokho.
And then if you say yes it is me, then he will also request you to sign. They will also sign as a confirmation that between the two of you there's been a meeting of mind and sufficient consensus in respect of the content of the statements.
Ma usuvumelana naye ke uzocela usayinde abese naye ke uyasayinda ke okuyisiqinisekiso sokuthi nje cha nizwene ke nina ukubuzile wavuma ke wena ukuthi ngempela esakho kushiwo wena lokho.
Now that is basically how statements get taken in a criminal investigation when you are a witness.
Uma ke ufakazi ileyo ke indlela istatement yeke esithi ke sitholakale ngayo noma ke sithathwe ngayo.
Now because
sorry.
Thank you. Now because I don't know in what capacity did you give your statement based on your evidence, feel a little bit compelled to explain to you how to suspects also give statements.
Ngoba ke nginasiqiniseko noma ngingazi ke ukuthi ke uma sithathwe saphi statement sathathwa ke ngaphansi kwasiphi isimo noma izimo nalapho ke ngizizwa ngiphoqelekile ukuthi ngichazele ukuthi uma uwumsolwa istatement esithathwa kanjani noma senziwa kanjani.
Now we'll see the relevance of this as we proceed. Thank you. Now, when you're a suspect, they will first have to explain, when the police meet you, they'll introduce themselves to you as who they are and tell you the purpose why they want to have a conversation with you.
Uma kuwukuthi ke umsolwa maphoyisa ke ezoza kuwena basho ukuthi bawobani basho nesizathu sokuthi kungani befisa ke ukuthi bakhulumisane nawe.
Now, because you are a suspect, there are certain rights that they will have to explain to you in relation to their visit to you.
Manje ke nanjengoba uwumsolwa ke kunamalungelo thizeni ke ekuzofanele ukuthi bachazele noma bawasho kuwena.
Now those rights relate to you being a suspect. What rights do you have when you are a suspect? For instance, a right to an attorney, a right to silence, all those rights that are known as constitutional rights.
Amalungelo ke lana akhona ke noma ke achazwa ngaphansi kuthiwa ke amalungelo ngaphansi kwawo umthetho sisekelo ilungelo lokuthi ke ufanele ukuthi ube nommeli uthule ungasho lutho.
Yeah, there's a myriad of those rights. Normally, those rights are contained in a form which is called an interview. It's a warning statement with regard to an interview with a suspect.
Amalungelo lana ke abhalwe phansi ke kuneform thizeni ke la abhalwa khona ke kuthiwa ke interview noma ke inhlolo khona kanye naye umsolwa.
Now, then they ask you, they would also tell you the reason for having this interview with you. If there's a case that they are investigating against you, they will tell you the nature of the case and all that information, and then thereafter ask you if there is anything that you know about it. If you know, they will ask you if you're prepared to say something. And if you start to say something, then they'll also write that which you're saying in that form.
Bazochazela ke icala uma ukuthi kunecala ke abaliphenyayo ngakuwena bachazeleke noma basho icala lelo ke bakubuze ke futhi ukuthi ke khona yini okwaziyo ke uma kukhona ke okushoyo impendulo zakho noma ke lokho okushoyo ke bazokubhala phansi kuyona leyo form leyo.
Mr. Zungu, do you follow up to this?
Yeah, ngilale.
Yes, I'm listening.
Thank you. Now, ultimately, you, after having narrated your story as a suspect, there is also a commissioner of oath who will go through that form with you to confirm with you if you agree to the content. The commissioner will sign. You will also sign in that form.
Emva kwalokho ke kukhona ke lona ozophinda ke azoqinisekisa nawe ke ukuthi ke uyahambisana uyavumelana yini naloko okubhalwe lapho abese yakusayinisa ke naye assign.
And that is called a warning statement.
Iloko kubizwa ke ukuthi ke i-warning statement amagama ke i-statement ke sokwexwayiso noma sesexwayiso.
That is good law in South Africa on how warning statements are taken.
Wona ke umthetho ke lawo ekuwona ngendlela i-statement eyibhalwa ngayo noma ke eyithathwa ngawo la eSouth Africa.
Thank you. Now, in your case, it's a bit murky. It's clouded. I don't know whether you're a suspect or a witness, but from what you're saying is having the policemen who were there, having asked you certain questions, they were writing down, you don't know what is it that they were writing. Then after that session, they took you back into the cell, then the following back, Sergeant Mkhula came to fetch you from the cells and took you back to the boardroom. Not so?
Kuwena ke manje anginaso ke isiqiniseko ngoba khona ke la acele khona ke ukuthi kwaku ngaphansi kwaziphi ke izimo kodwa uyasho ke ukuthi bakuthathe bahamba nawe bayakhona ke kule boardroom ukhona ke ababekubuza kona babe bebhala phansi awazi ukuthi babebhalani phansi wasuyabuyisela ke kuona Marcel ngelanga elilandelayo wayokuthatha futhi umukhane ekhipha ke ekubuyisela khona lapha ya.
Now, upon arrival at the boardroom, Brigadier Kenina asks you if there is anything that you wish to add to what was happening the previous day. In other words, to the answers that you were giving to the questions that we were asking you the previous day. That's how I understand you.
Uthi ke usubuyele ke lapho eboardroom ngelanga elilandelayo sekuwolesibili wakubuza ke uBrigadier Kenina ukuthi kukhona yini ofisa ukuthi uedeke kuloko ebenikhuluma noma benixoxa ke kwilanga ke elingaphambili.
And you are saying to him, no, there's nothing that you wish to add.
Wabusuthi wena ke kuyena cha akukho ekufisa ukueda.
And he says to you, no, now that you don't have anything to add, all that you said yesterday is contained in this document. Can't you then sign it? Is that what happened?
Wabisethi yena ke kuwena cha konke ke okula iloko besikhuluma ngako ke izolo usunga sign.
Then you signed it.
Wasuya sign now, yes.
Thank you. You signed each and every page. I don't know, how many pages do you remember signing?
Ngicabanga ukuthi kwakuyilo kuze ngibhala ama initials then ngasign it with last page.
I think I was just initialing and then it was only the last page where I signed.
Thank you. Now, was that which was contained in the document that you signed read back to you as a confirmation of you agreeing with it?
Logo athi uBrigadier Kenina kuwena ke yabona lokho bhalula iloko besikhuluma ngako izolo ingabe ke wakufundela yini ukwenza isiqinisekiso kuwena ke saloko benikhuluma.
Cha, sangifundela.
No, it was never read back.
So you signed that document without having an insight as to what is it that you are signing for.
Okusho ukuthi wasayina nje wena ke ungazi ukuthi yini le oyisayinelayo.
Yep.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't want to interfere. As I'm listening to the evidence, this document was canvassed with you the previous day before it was signed by you the following day.
Angifuni nje kube ukuthi ke ngiyaqambukela ke kodwa ngicela nje ukubuza ukuthi
Yeah.
lamaphepha ekhulunywa ngawo la manje angithi benikhulume ngawo kwilanga elingaphambili lokumsombuluko angithi.
Yebo.
Yes my lord.
You get where I'm getting to, sir.
Well, the court used the term canvas.
Yeah. What I'm saying, you must ask him whether the previous day the documents was read to him. I don't know.
That is where I'm getting to, my lord.
You already got to the end. Okay, continue.
No, that's
Yes, already signed it.
that's my methodology.
Oh, I see. Fine. You can go back and come back. No
Yes.
problem.
Now, the following day, you requested to sign the document. It doesn't get read back to you, and you sign it.
Manje ke ilanga elilandelayo olwesibili uyasayina awufundelwanga kodwa ke wasayina.
Ngasayina.
I signed
Thank you.
although it was not read.
Yeah. Now, prior to the first day, when you were seated on the boardroom, prior to them leaving, did they read that which you had just explained to them before you were taken back to the cells? To
Asibuyele
you.
emuva ke kusuku kulanga leli elingaphambili ke hayi ulwesibili umsombuluko. Silaphayana niselaphayana eboardroom. Sekuqediwe ke konke ngaphambili kokuthi uhambe ke ubuyiselwe ema7 sebeqedile ke bakufundela.
Cha.
No.
Thank you. I know this might be a very awkward question, but if you've got an answer just answer it. If you don't have an answer, just say, no, I don't have an answer to that.
Ungawuphendula ke lo mbuzo uma kuwukuthi impendulo nayo, uma kuwukuthi awunayo usho nje ukuthi cha anginayo impendulo yawo lo mbuzo.
What made you to sign that document that you did not know the content thereof?
Yini eyakwenza ukuthi usayine amaphepha layana ungazi ukuthi yini ebhaliwe lapha yana?
Engingakuphendula ukuthi mina ngokungazi because ngaqala nokuboshwa mina.
What I can say is that out of ignorance, because it was the first time that I was arrested.
So ngathi ngangithemba ukuthi amaphoyisa abhale lokhu kwakushiwo yimi.
I trusted that the police had recorded that which was said by me.
Which is why you signed.
Ingako wasigned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Then after signing, what happened? That is now the following day. What happened?
Ngolesibili ke manje.
Okay, uma qeda lapho into abangitshena yona wathi ukimgininda uzobhala iphepha eliyo guarantee emsebenzini ukuthi ngibuyele emsebenzini.
After that, Geninda then informed me that he was going to write like a letter or a note to my workplace to say or to give assurance that I was now ready to get back to work. Yebo?
Yes.
Then wathi ngizohanjiswa uMkhane noMabhena.
Then informed me that Mukhane and Mabena were going to take me back.
Yes.
So endleleni wasengithatha kuMabhena uMkhane sabuyela elokaneni ekuthatheni izinto la ngishiye khona izinto elokaneni. Then into eyenzeka uma sesiphuma noMkhane uthi kuMkhane wena Zungu uyankolota ufuna inkomo yami yokuthi ngiclear ithuba.
What then happened was that Mukhane took me to where I had to go and take to where I had left my belongings. And on our way, Mukhane then said to me, you owe me, Zungu. You need to give me something for the thumbprints that were taken. So just a moment. Inkomo for ithupa zenzeni ucela
ukuthi ithuba for umsebenzini ukuthi bengikade ngithathe ithupa ngithi bangifika eseleni.
Yes.
eSunday.
Yes, yebo. So ukuthi emsebenzini kwenze
Ukuthi
njani?
singangimosheli umsebenzi.
Okay. You owe me because on the Sunday when we arrived, your thumbprints were taken.
Yes.
So in order to be cleared, so in order for this not to in order for you not to have a bad name at your
Yes.
workplace, so you owe me for these thumbprints for them to be cleared.
Now he's talking about a cow.
Okay, ukhuluma ngenkomo.
Yeah, ngambuza ukuthi yabe into engakanani le wathi hayi kuzoba 5,000.
I asked him how much that would be, or what are we talking about, and then he said 5,000.
And this is 2020.
Or 2020.
2020.
2020.
Oh, in 2020 cows were already selling there 14,000. Well, I don't know what kind of a cow was that. But then ultimately you ended up speaking about 5,000 rand.
Yes.
Yeah, both sathi ngasikhuluma ngo-5,000.
You know, sometimes when you don't know these things, this language normally escape you. Yes. Actually, what was happening there about this cow thing and stuff like that and the 5,000? Akuyibeke kahle sizwe wena Zungu. Kwakwenzakalani la?
Angifuni uqamba mina ngididekile because
I don't know to tell lies, I was confused because
ugwabeni wawumuntu kwathiwa wayethi ugwabeni fanele ubhekile then ngacela omunye umfana waphe for solas ukuthi amkhiphele 2,000 rand so
because there was an amount for Gwabeni to be bailed out or for bail to pay money for bail. And then I asked a certain gentleman, I asked someone in Fosterus to assist with that payment. It was 2,000 rand.
2,000 rand, yes.
Yebo, qhubeka.
So then ngathi mhlambe nami sewuhamba through that situation.
So I was now like wondering, am I also now going through that same situation?
So then yaba kanjalo ukucabanga kwami.
So that's how it was according to my thinking.
But did you ultimately give out that 5,000 rand?
Ngabe wagcina usukhokha lo 5,000?
No, ngathi mangifika le engifonela ngafonela uMabhena
No, when I got there and he contacted me, I then contacted Mabena
There where? At
Kuphi?
your workplace?
Mawufika
At
le,
workplace, sengisemsebenzini.
at my workplace.
So ultimately, you were driven back to your workplace. Who drove you there?
They drove me back to work.
Yes.
Bangibuyisela-ke emsebenzini.
Then until because it's 21, thina besola nge-25.
Yes.
It was on the 21st and then our payday was the 25th.
Yes.
Then uma ngifona ngathi mina ayi ngavuma kuye. Then ngase ngifona uMabhena.
When he contacted me, I said yes to him. I then called Mabena.
Ngambuza uMabhena nanku umkhanethu ngifuna imali soso yokuthi angisulithe upha kwenzakalani kahle kahle because nanginike iphepha lokuthi emsebenzini fale ngibuyele emsebenzini.
I then said to Mabena, Mukhane ye is demanding some money from me to clear my thumbprints. What is it that is really happening? Because I was given a document. This document was to serve as a confirmation that I was going back. I had to go back to work.
Then athi ke uMabhena hey lo muntu uyahlanya lo muntu lo.
Mabena then says to me, this person is crazy.
Yes.
Ngamtshela uGenindo ukuthi akakhiphe lo muntu kule case.
I informed Geninda to remove this person from this case.
Yeah, well, we understand. I think the Mabena that you, Sergeant Mabena that you're referring to, has
Still-
passed on. He was involved in a car accident.
Yes.
So he's now deceased. But that's the conversation that you had with him.
Inkulumo abanayo naye leyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but did you ultimately have to give out that 5,000 rand as was demanded by Mohane as his cow?
Ingabe ekugcineni-ke wasuyikhokha yini lo 5,000 kuMohane?
No, asengikhokha.
No, I never paid it.
So you were basically saved by the bell. You were saved by the bell in not giving out that 5,000 rand that Mohane wanted. Had it not been for the interference of Mabena, you would have paid that money.
Uma kwakuwukuthi wawungazange ukhulumisane noMabena wawuzoyikhokha leyo mali leyo.
Futhi ogcina ikhokhiwe phela manje wayizoyilandela engibuza ngitshela ngeyithupha because angizongaluza umsebenzi if iy'thupha zami ingcolile.
It is clear that I was eventually going to pay it because he was going to follow up, making follow-ups on me, kept on contacting me. If it had something to do with clearing my thumbs, then I would have ended up paying it.
Now, you also made mention of the fact that there's a 2,000 that Mr. Kwabeni had to pay. And indeed, Mr. Kwabeni said, on the day on which he got released, actually on the day on which he got released, Mr. Mohane took him to the court, but he never appeared at court. Mohane came to take him out and then also demanded 2,000 rand from him. So you're saying we are also involved there?
Ngempela-ke ukhuluma la ngo-2000 naye-ke uGwabeni ukhulumile-ke ngo-2000 akakufanele ukuthi ukhokhwe-ke wasegcina-ke engangeni-ke enkantolo so ukuthi nalapho wawukhona kuloko ku-2000.
So uma kusho uGwabeni mina ngafuna ngilungisane wathi kudingeka i-2000 i-bail for uGwabeni. Athi mina njengamanje angaholi ngizoze ngihole ngeyi-26 ngicela ukuthi uhambe sengikhohle igama umfanelo wasenkandla besebenza kwenye shop kwaMbhakaza hamba uye kuye ufike ukuthi akunikeze 2000 rand lefunekayo.
I was contacted, if Gwabeni is the one who said that, I was contacted by Lungisani
Yes.
and said that there was 2,000 rands was needed to bail out Gwabeni. I then said that I'll only be getting paid on the 26th. Can you please go to this gentleman, he's from Kandla, he was working at a particular shop, go and get that 2,000 from from the guy.
Yeah.
Hearsay after hearsay, my lord.
Yeah, I know,
I'm not sure if
yeah.
the
I mean-
defense is going to call Lungisani to.
Yeah, no,
corroborate
I
this
understand
part.
your attitude.
Yes, God, please.
I did not understand whether it was objection or what, Maru.
No, he says he's objecting because he's been listening to all this hearsay after hearsay. That's what he is saying.
As it is the court, Maru. The court knows what happens to hearsay, Maru.
To what?
I'm
Yeah, we
saying
all know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Kwabeni, Icon, Mr. Zungu, what you're saying to this court is that you are actually the guarantor to that 2,000 rand that was used in the payment of the money that was demanded by Mr. Kwabeni. That's not hearsay, that came from Mr. Kwabeni. But you then served as a guarantor to pay back that money where it was found.
Hey, ngayibhadala back mina imali.
I paid the money back.
But the point is, were you there?
No,
Well,
I was not involved.
All this, where do you get this
And you
news?
gave
You're just
for
imagining
us.
them. Hello, where do you get this Waipatala? You're a guarantor, where do you get that version? Because you know I'm asking this, you're a matriculant. You passed matric, is that not so?
I get to pass
Hello?
yes.
Yes. So I'm treating you as an educated black man, as opposed to treating you as an uneducated black man. Just know that. Okay.
Ufuna ke wazi ke ukuthi ngikhuluma nawe ke nanjengomuntu ke omnyama ofundile ke ngongafani ke nomuntu omnyama ongafundile.
So, my lord, I don't want to take issues up with this court. Is then the court alleging that the
I'm not
information
alleging
that
anything.
is said?
I'm not alleging anything. I'm saying I've been listening to the evidence.
Yes,
He told me he's a matriculant,
yes,
and I take him as an educated black man,
yes.
not as an uneducated black man. That's all I'm saying.
No, but what's that supposed to mean, my
It
lord? in the
means he's
context of his
educated
testimony?
up to matric.
Yes, that I
Fine.
understand.
Yeah,
People
fine.
get educated, they have doctorates and everything. We sit with the doctor here.
What
Dr.
about this
Sibande.
doctor?
Yes.
I don't know where you're getting to.
No, but what I'm saying, my lord, in the context of this witness's testimony, the court is saying I'm treating you as an educated black man.
Yes.
What is that supposed to mean in the context of him?
It means exactly that.
Thank you, my lord. It means
Exactly that.
Thank you. Now, you are saying you were the guarantor to the money that it was requested from you that Kwabeni said was, and Kwabeni told this court, does not hearsay, that Kwabeni said he had to pay over to Mohani.
Uthi ke uthi wena ke owaba isiqinisekiso ke sokuthi ke yebo leyo mali leyo efunwa ke uyena ke uGwabeni ukuthi ezohamba eyibhadala ke noma eyoyikhokha lapha yana ke kuyena Mohani ukuthi wena owanikeza ngesiqinisekiso ukuthi leyo mali leyo ayihambe ke iyofuna noma ke iyolandwa ke kubani wena uzoyikhokha.
Yebo.
Yes, mama.
And did you ultimately pay that 2,000?
Why khokha leyo 2000?
Ngayikhokha back.
I paid it back.
Despite the fact that, as per the analogy of the court, you don't know why, what was it used for. And Kwabeni has said it was used to pay Mohani.
Nanoma wena nje wawungazi ukuthi izokhokhelwani kodwa ke uGwabeni yena wabeshilo ukuthi yayizokhokhelwa kuyena uMohani kodwa nanoma wena wawungazi ukuthi izokhokhelwani kodwa wayikhokha.
Ngayikhokha.
Yes, I paid it.
Thank you. We back at work, and you just saved by the grace of the Almighty in parting with a hefty 5,000 rand that was demanded by Mohane. Did you ever, after this meeting with the team, Mohane, Hele, and everybody, did you ever meet with them again?
Emuva ke kwalomhlangano lona ke angithi manje sesibuyele khona ke emsebenzini kwenzeka ke ugumosa ke ukuthi ke ungawukhokhi lo 5000 lo. Emuva kwalokho waphinde yini wahlangana nalo lethimba leli?
Angizange ngihlangana nabo personal. Into eyenzeka ngafona uMkhane kusekuseni.
I never met them again personally, but what happened is I received a telephone call from Mohane. It was in the morning.
Yes.
Noma ngasakhumbula unyaka kwangibuza ukuthi konje ushuzi ngubani isibongo.
Although I cannot remember the year anymore, but he then asked me, what's Shu's surname?
Ngamtshela ukuthi uZondo.
I informed him that it was Zondo.
Yes.
Then maybe 20 minutes later ngathola call from uZondo.
Then maybe about 20 minutes later, I received a call from Zondo.
Athi uZondo kimi why ungidayisa emaphoyiseni.
Zondo then asked me, why are you selling me out to the police?
Just a second. As it pleases the court, my lord, I am informed, reliably so, that Mr. Zondo will definitely come testify here at court. I would therefore request that whatever that this witness says that is got to do with Mr. Zondo, although that will constitute hearsay, let it be provisionally admitted, pending the authentication of that information by Mr. Zondo himself, my lord.
Yes, what is the defense's, the state's attitude about provisional admission of the hearsay? No objection, okay, you can
As
go on.
is the court, my lord. Thank you. Zondo says to you, why are you selling him? Are you snitching him out or you're selling him out?
uthi why umkhane uyamfonela uthi ngimnika inamba yakhe.
It says that Mukhanya calls him and says that must give him his number.
Uthi mina akaze ngimnike umkhane inamba ungibuze just ukuthi isibongo sakho ushuze isibongo azoshuza ngubani ngathi uzondo kwakuphela wa drop call.
I then said, I never provided your number to Mukhanya. The only thing Mukhanya contacted me, asked me choose the surname. I gave him the surname and he dropped the call. That's all.
Then ngaqeda lapho ngafonela uMabhena ngambuza nakho nginenkinga la umkhane ufona ushuzi ungihambela ukuthi inamba uyithathe kimi kanti kimi ungibuza isibongo kuphela.
I then contacted Mabena. I then said to Mabena, this is what is happening. I received a call from Mukhanya. He asked me choose his surname. I gave him the surname. Now he's telling lies about me that I provided him with the number of shoes.
Yeah, now remember about Sergeant Mapena, we said he's deceased. His constitute, whatever that you had a discussion with him when you're telling this court about it, it constitutes hearsay. Although there are exceptions to the hearsay rule. Understand?
Ukhumbuleke ukuthi ke uma unjalo nje ukhuluma ngaye ke uMabhena ukuthi uMabhena akasekho usewashona ke manje ke konke uzobe ukusho uthi kwakuuMabhena noma ngakhuluma noMabhena kwasho lokho yiloko abathi ke yinzwa bathi yani uma amagama akushoyo kumele ukuthi uthi wakhulumisa noMabhena wathi uMabhena angeke uMabhena eze la enkantolo azoqinisekisa lokho okushoyo. Ukhulume ngoZondo ummeli wathi uZondo uzobizwa na njengofakazi akufani kuyena uMabhena ngeke eze azoyiqiniseka into ithethayo lento ikhulumayo. I hear you.
Do you understand? So is there anything significant that came out from the conversation that you had with Mr. Mapena relating to the call that we've just mentioned?
Into anjani uMabhena wathi as from now on ayisekho into ozoyikhuluma nomkhane. Whatever eqhamuka kuGininda izovaya mina.
Okay.
He said to me that as from now on, there's nothing that you are going to discuss with Mukhanya. Whatever will be coming from Gininda, you will hear it via me.
Thank you.
Through me.
And did you receive any phone call now from Mr. Mapena in relation to this case immediately after that discussion?
Yebo ngifona uMabhena wathi angazi wakuzokwenza ayibani la ePretoria wangilanda le eLkaneni le eBekersford.
Yes, Mabena fetched me in Begersford. I don't know what was to be done. Uthi kwakuzokwenzekani la?
Umuntu wathi ayibani parade.
Or ID parade. Some ID parade was to be held here in Pretoria, so he fetched me in Begersford.
Yeah, let us start it from the basic. On a certain day, you receive a call from Mr. Mapena with information that you needed to come to Pretoria to come and attend an identification parade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you still remember that date?
Ay ngisakhumbula ama date akho.
No, the dates I can no longer recall.
The year?
Nyaka?
Ay asakhumbula ukuthi
It's long ago, I can't remember.
Thank you. And did ultimately that happen?
Kwenzeka lokho?
okay into eyenzeka safika la ePretoria then submita uGininda ngale so then afuwa imbuzo ukuthi umakho sokuzwa ngathi ya
Ubani ukubuzayo?
uGininda.
We came to Pretoria. We met Gininda on the other side, and then asked me, "Are you Makosonke Zungu?" I then said, "Yes." Yebo.
Then konje wathi wazi uNtanzi no Sibiya. Accused number 1, accused number 2.
Usho Gininda kuwe.
Eh.
And then he then says to me that, "Oh, you said that you know Ntanzi and Sibiya, accused number 1 and number 2." Yebo.
Then lapha ya uzongena kunomlungu lapha ozokufunela ithombe.
You will go in there. There will be a white person there that is going to open photos for you.
Yes.
Then uzokhomba laba abantu obaziyo hayi ungabazi.
Then you will point out the people that you know, not people that are unknown to you.
Yes.
Yebo.
Okay. Asahlala kwabonakala ukuthi kuze kuba late then agcina ingenzekanga leyo nto leyo then
We sat there, it became late, and it appeared that that parade was not going to take place. Yebo.
bongithatha ngibuyisele eBekersford.
Then they took me back to Beggersford,
Who took you back?
Buyisela bani? Ngibuyisela ngomabhena.
Mabena.
Thank you. Beyond that, is there any further contact that you had with Mr. Mabena as per his request that thenceforth
Yes, he
you
called
had
me
to
again.
communicate with him and nobody else?
Yes, he called me again.
Waphinde futhi wakufonela and he said
Wathi ngidinga uMr Baloyi.
that Mr. Baloyi needed me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Why is awazongilanda?
Mamela.
Okay.
I know the court has identified you as an educated black man, which is good. But let us go back to the basics that I explained to you in the morning.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, later on or subsequent to that too, you also received another call from Mr. Mabena, who indicated to you that Mr. Baloyi would want to see you.
Yebo.
Then what happened?
Then safika ke saya office wangilanda eBekersford sezala ePretoria.
He fetched me in Beggersford. We came to Pretoria.
Yes. Then what happened upon your arrival here at Pretoria?
Kwenzekani manifika khona la ePretoria?
Saya eofisini eNPA.
We went to the NPA offices.
Sathola Baloyi.
We found Mr. Baloyi.
I see you pointing towards the direction of the state.
Ngiyabona ukhomba ngala.
Yebo Baloyi.
Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
The lead advocate in this matter.
Yena ke okuyena oholayo.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Then what transpired there?
Kwenzekani ke lapho?
Okay, masifika bangibuza ukuthi uzodinga itiye noma udinga ngathi mina hayi right.
I was then asked if I would need tea or what would I need. I said I'm okay.
Yes.
Then waseqala ke ngichazela ukuthi la kune statement esathathwa so ngesikhathi wayengazi ukuthi ngangiboshiwe actually.
Oh, he wasn't aware that I had actually been arrested.
Because wangibuza ukuthi kune statement engasi interview ngathi swathi group ngathi ngangiboshiwe eCaptain Park. What?
He said that he mentioned the statement that was taken and that I was interviewed. He asked where I said in Kempton Park. Yebo.
Eh.
No, there is something where you said, you told him that you were arrested and then he said,
It was seemed surprised.
Kwabukeka ke ubonakala ukuthi uthukileke.
Okay.
Then kwawukuthi kwathi hayi sizokufunda le statement.
He then said that we're going to read out a statement.
Okay, just before we continue. When you informed him, and this is with due respect, that you were arrested, did he try to find out why were you arrested, who arrested you, for how long were you arrested, and what ultimately happened to the case that you were arrested for?
Uma ke wamtshela ukuthi waboshiwe, ingabe wakubuza yini ukuthi waboshwa ubani, waboshelweni, waboshelwa isikhathi esingakanani, ukuthi kwenzekani kwicala lelo owawuliboshelwe?
No, azange ngibuza.
No, he never asked me.
But the minute you told him that, yes, the statement was taken when you were arrested, and then you saying he got a little bit surprised, actually got very surprised.
Uthi ke uma umtshela ke ukuthi ke okune statement esathathwa oboshiwe ukuthi lokho kwamthusake. Yes.
Thank you. Then what happened thereafter?
Wasekwenzekani emva
Then ke
kwalokho?
safundwa ke statement.
The statement was then read out.
Okay. Masifunda statement hayi ziningi izinto engayithola ukuthi lapha azange zangaze ngayikhuluma mina.
When the statement was read out, there were quite a number of things or a lot of things that I then picked up that I never said those things.
Yes.
Yebo.
So kwafika la ithi nathi no ayi Mabena let's stop this uzungu asiyamkhipha kwilokuzana kuma witness.
And then it came to a point where he said to Mabena, let's stop this. We are removing Zungu amongst the witnesses.
Yes, proceed.
Yebo.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngalo for iyala ngalo langa yaphela lapho ngithatha Mabena ngibuyisele eBekersford.
I think for that day it ended there. Mabena took me back to Beggersford.
Remember, you earlier on said that when you had a consultation with the state, there was some argument that you had. Is this the argument
Yes.
that you wanted to talk about?
Yes.
Yebo ke uma ngibe ngishilo ke ngaphambilini ukuthi kwaba khona ke uphikisana ke ngestatement ikona ke lokho bengikhuluma ngakho.
Now, as I try to capture for my own good sake, the basis of the argument that you had is that there was information that was contained in the statement that you said it was never read back to you, that you did not agree with.
Yes.
Yebo ukuthi ke statement leso sasifundwa ke ngalelo langa lelo khona ke la bengasho ukuthi kwakunga akuzange kukhulunywe yimi lokho.
Thank you. And then subsequent to that disagreement, then it was proposed that you should be taken out from the list of witnesses because you would not be testifying on something that will be favorable to the state, and then it was decided that you should be taken back to Bundu Inn. I mean to Beggarsford.
Ngenxa yalokho ke kwase kuthatha isinqumo ke sokuthi awukhishwe ke kofakazi ubusuya buyisela ke eBeggarsford ngoba ke wawungeke uzofakaza ngento ke eyayizobe ihambisana nombuso noma nabashushisi. Kwase kunqunywa ukuthi awukhishwe kofakazi.
Ngoba ngahambisana nento eyayibhalwe lapha engazange ngisho yini.
Because I was in disagreement with that was written there, which was not said by me.
Thank you, and then you were taken back.
Yes.
Yebo ngase ngibuyiselwa ke.
Then after ngibuyisele umva eBeggarsford kuze kwa angisazi noma ngasakhumbula unyaka ngifonelwe nangu baba uMkwena.
And then after I was taken back to Beggarsford, I can't remember the year, I was then contacted by Mr. Mukwena, a witness turning around and pointing to Mr. Mukwena behind.
Who's it?
Yeah.
Now,
Mr. Mkwena, do you mind to stand up so that we see you? Oh, okay. So was he also part of the investigating team?
now wayengxenye yethimba eliphenyayo.
No, wayengekho ngangaqala nokuthola call from him.
No, he wasn't there. It was the very first time I even received a call from him.
But how did you know that it was him?
Manje ke wazi kanjani ukuthi kwakuyena?
Wangifonela wazichaza ukuthi uMkwena
He
Yes.
contacted me and introduced himself as Mukwena.
uthunywe umbaloyi uthi ucela ukungibona.
That he was sent by Baloyi, he would like to see me.
Yes.
Yebo.
Okay, ngathi mina ngisekhaya ngiseKZN ngalesikhathi leso.
I then informed him that I was back home. I was in KZN at that time.
Proceed.
Then wathi iyiphi indlela esingahlangana ngayo.
And then he wanted to know as to how could we meet.
Ngoba kufanele ngilande eBeggarsford. Naye ngikho eBeggarsford ngisekhaya. So mhlawumbe indlela engayenza uma imali yami izonginika back ngizogibela ngizele mina ePretoria.
Because he was supposed to fetch me in Beggarsford. I then informed him that no, I was not in Beggarsford, sorry. But what I can do is that if my finances are okay, I can then take or come to Pretoria if you are going to pay me or to refund me.
Yes.
Okay, savumelana ngalokho athi no akuna problem uzongilinda la ePretoria ngizoma-update ukuthi ngihamba kuphi then sasilokhu sicontact-ana until ngaze ngafika la ePretoria.
And we had an agreement that indeed I would come. He would pick me up here in Pretoria, that I just needed to update him as to where I was traveling.
Yes.
Then wangilanda la erenk.
He fetched me at the rank.
That's when you confirmed that this is the Mukwena that you've just pointed
so
out
ngibona
now.
personal manje.
Yes,
When you
now
saw
that
him
I
there.
was now able to see him personally.
Nakhona futhi aphinde ayi-introduce noma ngase ngikhohliwe lo munye ehamba naye but ba-introduce babeyi-two.
Again, he introduced himself, although I can't remember the second person because there were two who introduced themselves.
Okay, no, thank you. And then what happened?
Then bangithatha bangisa la kwakubhukhwe khona.
They
Then-
took me to where my booking was made.
Yes.
Then uthola ukuthi kwakugcwele ngale ngaphesheya then bangibuyisa ngapha ePretoria hotel.
And then it was full there, and then I was brought to Pretoria Hotel.
Yes, fast forward.
Then ngelanga elilandelayo ngalala lapho ngelanga elilandelayo ngaya e-office kaBaloyi.
I spent the night there, and then the following day I went to Mr. Baloy's office.
Yes.
Then masifika ngangihamba naMkwena nalo munye ubhuti wabuza ukuthi hayi ngicomfortable ukuthi bathi ngashare nawe wathi uBaloyi hayi no akana problem nami. Then sakhuluma nje. Okay.
I was then accompanied by Mr. Mukwena and the other gentleman, and then Mr. Baloyi wanted to know whether I would be comfortable, alone, in other words, with him alone. Then said, okay.
No, sorry. Ubaba uMkwena wabuza ukuthi angangishiya noma abe khona.
Mr. Mukwena, apologies for that correction on that one. Mr. Mukwena wanted to know if I'll be comfortable if he would, for him to leave me, or should he be present.
Yes.
Kwangathi bavumelana then ngambona sibehlala nje then wasengena amamhola eminyango.
It appeared as if there was an agreement. But they then remained seated, and then Mrs. Mukhula came in through the door.
Ms. Mukhula, is that now the Sergeant Mukhula who you came to know as a
Mamfundisi.
Mamfundisi? Thank you. Then what happened?
Then ngangihleli nje etafuleni then ngisazama ukuchazela baba lo ukuthi no, this thing ayikho ngale ndlela eningifaka kuyakho because this guy mina ngimaze ngo 2015.
Mr. Baloyi was then trying to explain to me. I then said to them, but no, this thing is not according to how you guys are saying it to me. I only got to know this person in 2015.
Yes.
Sizwe Zungu.
Sizwe
Constable
Zungu.
Zungu.
Constable Zungu.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then ke yaqala lapha argument then kwafunda statement.
Then that's where the argument started, and then the statement was read.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then still kwi statement angibanga comfortable statement because ezinye izinto ngangaze ngazisho ngathola seyibhalwe lapha.
I was not comfortable with the statement because some of the things I had never said that were written in there.
This is now the second occasion you're going to the office of the DPP.
Yes.
Statement is being read, and you're telling them you're not comfortable with certain things that are contained in the statement.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yebo ke kwakuyihlandla lesibili ke ngibuyela kule office ngisho futhi ukuthi ezinye zezinto ezibhalwe lapha yana ke akusona izinto engazisho.
Thank you. And then what happened?
So masiphikisana athi umamhola mina ngiprotecta unkani ngiyamesaba unkani.
When we were having this argument then, Mrs. Mukhula or Sergeant Mukhula then said to me, I am protecting Nkani, I am scared of Nkani.
Ngambuza ukuthi okay.
And then, yes.
Kwalonkani okhuluma ngaye mina kangimazi.
I then said that even the Nkani you are talking about, I don't know the person.
Wathi no uyamazi.
She said, no, you know him.
Athi mina ke ungaya kulo muntu lokutshela ukuthi ngiyamazi ngoba mina angimazi.
I then said, you can go to whoever told you that I know him, but I don't know him.
Yes.
La kwaphunywa ke lapho ethi hayi wena sazokhuluma nawe wena sazodila nawe.
We went out of there, and then she said, I'm still going to talk to you. I'm still going to deal with you.
So there was a commotion, and then after that commotion, or the interaction that you had with Ms. Mukhula, and then what happened?
Kwasekwenzekani?
No saphuma sangena kwi lifter then bangithatha bangibuyiseleyo la ngangibhukhe khona hotel.
We went out, got into the elevator, into the lift, and
Yes.
then they took me back to the hotel where I was booked.
Yes.
Yebo.
Then ngalinda ke because imali transport angasena because mali angigibele ngaweza la.
I was then waiting because I did not have transport money. I had used it to come over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then ngaza ngalokho ngibusy ke ngifona umkwena then bithi basa arrange transport. Because what late ngicabanga ukuthi ngabo 3 kwanemali ya reportayo. Ngicabanga ukuthi from it was yayisuka hotel.
I waited because I was in contact with Mukwena, and then I think later around 3, there's money that was then paid in. I think it was from the hotel.
Then kwafika umnyu baba ngicabanga ukuthi wasempumalanga wafika ngemonto mangisakhuluma nothi Qashqai wathi no kuthiwa kazongicollector angibuyisele eBekersford.
A certain gentleman, I think he was from Pumalanga, he came, he was in a vehicle, I think it's a Qashqai. He was said to me that he was asked or requested to take me to Bekersford.
So there was a person who came and take you in a Qashqai, and then he took you to Bekersford.
But ngiyakhothi isibongo sakwazi isho entumbani isibongo
Yes.
sakhe kodwa
But
ungase Emelo.
I forget the gentleman's surname, but he introduced himself that he's from Emelo.
So was he also a police?
Yes.
Yebo kwakuyiphoyisa naye.
Thank you. Then is there any other occasion where you were then contacted by Mabena or
No
whoever?
mabhena wasengasekho lapho
By
wasisho
that time, Mabena was no more.
Oh, by the way, this time you now,
kwasekumkwena.
It was now Mukwena.
Right. Then is there another occasion where Mr. Mukwena contacted you for whatever reason in relation to this case?
Cha, alikho elinye ihlandla la khona ke awaphinda wamfonela khona ke ubaba Mukwena.
So that day on which there was a commotion in the office, in the presence of these court officials, where Ms. Mukula said, "Wena, they'll be dealing with you." That was the last occasion on which you had an interaction with the office of the DPP in respect of this matter.
Yebo.
Yes.
Thank you. Now, Brigadier Kininda, in his very long testimony, mentioned amongst others that the reason why Kwabeni could not come testify is because he was scared of his life.
Ubrigadier Kininda, ubufakazi bakho bude abethula phambi kwale nkantolo isizathu awasinikezaka noma awasisho la enkantolo ukuthi kwakungani uGwabeni angazike enkantolo zokuthula ubufakazi umuthi ke bayesaba esabela impilo yakhe.
Now, the court, subsequent to Gwabeni's testimony, the court asked Gwabeni whether or not the issue of a witness protection was introduced to Gwabeni, and Gwabeni said no.
Inkantolo ke inombuzo ohlomakena ke uGwabeni ukuthi ke ingabe yaba khona yini inkulumo khona lokho ke phecelezi kwabiza ngokuthi ke i-witness protection ukuvikelwa ke kofakazi. uGwabeni waphendula ke wathi cha inkulumo enjalo ayikaze ilethwe kuyena.
Now it emerges in your testimony that you are saying Mukula indicated to you that the reason why you do not want to go along with what was contained in the statement that was read to you is because you are afraid of accused number 5.
Uthi ke wena kufakazi bakho qeda ukusho manje ukuthi ke uSergeant Mukula umamfundisi abakusho kuwena ukuthi izathu sokuthi wena ke ungafuni ukuthi uqhubeke nestatement lesiyana noma ke ukhona ukuphikisa kule statement ukuthi wathi uyena kuwena usaba unkani.
Not so?
Kunjalo.
That's correct.
Now, my mind says, with that statement that Mukula said, I don't know where she was basing it from or on, but were there any suggestions that were made to you about the witness protection program?
Kulokho ke angazi ukuthi wayekuthatha phi ke lokho yena ke umamfundisi. Kodwa ke ingaba kwaba khona inikhulumisana la abathi kuwena ke noma bekhuluma ngako ukuvikeleka nanjengofakazi noma ke phecelezi ke i-witness protection.
Hayi akukho.
No, nothing.
Thank you. Now, still on the very same point, did you ever receive any threat of whatever nature that could have come on your side in relation to now Mukula says you are afraid to come testify because you are afraid of accused number 5.
Angibeke kanjena ke. uSergeant Mukula umamfundisi uthi kuwena ke uyesaba ukuzokwethula ubufakazi ngoba usaba unkani.
Not so?
Kunjalo.
Yeah, that's correct.
Did you ever receive such threat from accused number 5?
Ukhona ukusatshiswa okukanjalo owakuthola wena ukuthola kuyena accused number 5.
Ezongisabise ngazelaphi.
Threatening me when you would have known me from where or knowing me from where.
Hayi man, asiphendule umbuzo ngendlela engiwubuze ngayo. Did you receive any threats from accused number 5? Did you ever receive any threats?
Wakuthola yini ukusatshiswa
Akukho.
None.
Let us just complete the mosaic. did you receive any threat around you coming to testify here at court from accused number 1 and accused number 3?
No.
Cha, akukho kusakisa engakuthola-ke kuyena umsela wokuqala nowesithathu.
Thank you. Now, I know it is this court that is supposed to make certain findings. But again, as a witness from your standing, look, I've said to us at the beginning of the trial, you were punted as a state witness, but subsequent to that, or ultimately, state never called you as a witness. Now the question is, in your mind, what was the reason why the state decided to abandon you as their witness? Your view.
Objection, my lord.
Yeah.
Objection. Mr. Amnesty is inviting the witness to make speculations, and the question is irrelevant, my lord. God bless.
Yeah, Mr. Messi, they say
Yes, my lord.
speculation and irrelevant.
Yes, my lord. I'm quite relevant, my lord, because the synergy of my question flows directly from the testimony of this witness. So he was a witness who had expectation that a state would call him as a witness. Now all of a sudden, there are commotions in the offices, and ultimately they end up not requesting him to come testify. I'm saying to this witness, in his view, it could be right or wrong, but as I've said, it is ultimately this court that will have to make that determination. So I find this question, my lord, because it's not a question that is thumb-sucked from nowhere. As I'm saying, it's a synergy that flows from his own evidence, man, as to the reason why, according to him, the state decided him to dump as a witness. I'm not so sure whether there's a follow-up to the objection, but if there is, my lord, then I'll be guided by the court, my lord.
Anything else you want to add to the...
My lord, we stand by the objection at this
Okay.
stage.
That is despite the fact that the synergy of my questioning comes from directly from the testimony of this witness. I'll be guided by the court.
No, I'm not going to guide you. Why should I guide you? Yeah, why should I guide you? Every question must flow from the evidence.
Yes, ma'am.
There's no evidence that this witness was threatened, according to you, when you ask him questions.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. So which is the reason
And he
why,
doesn't know the reason why he wasn't called as a witness.
and I probably can know it, ma'am.
No, that's what he said.
No, but
Sir,
it's
do
not
you know
answered
why
my
you were not
question.
called as a witness?
Besazi isizathu
So that you
ukuthi
get rid of this.
abashutshi
Go.
bangabizi njengomfakazi. Angaze bastate straight direct isizathu sakhona ukuthi kwenza kwakho.
They never gave me a straight
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
reason, my lord, as to what was happening.
I can assume, my lord, the state used its prerogative to decide to call which witness to call and which witness not to call. That could be the reason why this witness was also not called, my lord. I think that puts the matter at rest.
Is that so?
It
Okay.
will be a subject of argument.
Yeah, fine.
My lord, I realize that it is almost 18 minutes past 3.
So adjourn until tomorrow.
I think we've done great job for the day, my lord. Yes, may I then request that you adjourn up until tomorrow?
Yeah, right, so we are adjourning until tomorrow,
Is the court, please?
10 o'clock. Okay.